I thought about then putting it into zones, and I put it into 4 zones. And I just said, if you're at 75 to 100, you're probably fine. And meaning that, you're in a zone where you're just moving along. If you're at 50 to 75, you're probably in a place where you might need to start to think about how you may want to recharge. If you're in that 25 to 50, it's time to start figuring out, take a break. You may need to take a walk. You may need to put down the phone. You may need to stop the litany of Zoom calls that you're on right now, right? And if you find yourself 0 to 25, that's a real kind of indicator for you to say, hey, something's probably not right. And I need to really kind of take a hard stop and figure out how I recharge. And recharge can happen in a number of different ways. And so I've often talked about when I've gotten into that zone, I just kind of almost go for a walk. I sometimes go outside. I take some deep breaths. I do a number of things. Sometimes I may need a workout. A workout really helps me to recharge on a personal front. And everyone's a little bit different, and they'll go to different techniques. And so in the book, I list a lot of things in the book that you may do. You may do 1, 2, 3, 4, or all of them. And they're just really techniques for you to figure out what works for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and I really like that breakdown because I think we're all better when we're measuring things with numbers.
That's right.
There's a specificity there.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people. I think the way your phone is charged says so much about you as a person. And I think I try and monitor my personal health in a similar way.
Right.
As soon as I feel myself going below 50%, I know it's time for an early night. I know it's time to cancel weekend plans. I canceled a dinner this evening for that exact reason. And I'm always shifting things to recharge. And I love that idea because I think we hear the word rest. And then sometimes we feel guilty. We shouldn't, but we feel guilty like, oh, I don't have time to rest.
Yeah.
But when you think of it about recharging, you're reframing it and going, oh, I do need to recharge because otherwise, how am I going to give my best tomorrow?
100%. 100%. And, it's funny. You and me are the same on batteries. I keep my battery pretty charged as well. I have an electric car too. I marvel at people who can take that electric car battery down to 5%.